gotta choose your side, you gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Yeah, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can beat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow boxing. And the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all here. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk with Jazzy Wanda. That's right, it's our 32nd episode. Woo! Good Sunday afternoon. How's everybody doing? I trust everybody's doing great. And if not, oh well, think about it. It could be worse. That's the way I see it. When things ain't going as great as I would like them to be, I just say to myself, you know what? It could be worse. If you're in the land of the living, hey, guess what? You good. Another day of breath and life. That part. Yep. Woo, so we got a good one today on our 32nd episode. 32nd episode. I'm just tagging right along here. trusting that it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And you know what? Eventually it absolutely will. Eventually it absolutely will. That's right. So, hey, what would the title of this great Sunday's episode be? What is it, girl? What do you got for us today? I know it's gonna be a good one. As I dive into it, it's gonna be a real good one. Cause see, where I'm at in life, I'm not sleeping in my slumber anymore. And everybody got this woke agenda thing going on. And the definitions behind some of them don't even make no sense. But sleeping in your slumber is, for me, allowing traditions and rituals to, if you will, direct my path and direct my life, when in fact, when you go down your alchemy and you start learning the truth about a lot of stuff, they just don't hold the weight that they held back when you didn't know no better. Back when, for me, when I was asleep in my slumber, especially on the religious side of things and religious sake, because at the end of the day, religious is not of a higher source, of a higher being. In my opinion, it's man-made off of it. And it's a set of rules that, desires and chooses to govern those and control those, if you will, with rituals and traditions. And I'm not just going after the religious sector things, just a lot of things in life in general that have brainwashed, if you will. I'm not trying to get anybody to change their minds and their thoughts on things, but if I had to put a title on this episode, it would be Sacred Disruption. Breaking cycles with boldness. And see, it's not all just about religion. It's just about life situations and circumstances and things that we have been put before us. Like, for instance, for me, I believe that the best type of homeschooling in this day, not homeschooling, but the best type of education in this day and time is homeschooling, if you will, if you're capable of. Now, if you would have asked me that 10 years ago, maybe 15, even 15, because maybe even 10 years, it probably would, would have been homeschooling. But 15 to 20 years ago, I would say education, send that joker to school, let him go, learn what he's supposed to learn. But when you find out what they teaching your children or what they teaching us is not even what is the truth, if you will, about situations and circumstances, about life in general. So, like I said, sacred disruption, breaking cycles with boldness. For me, it's a spiritual mic drop, a call to interrupt generational patterns, generational curses, if you will, toxic norms, and silent sufferings with a holy fire. That's right, and an unapologetic truth rooted in legacy. Hold on, my earpiece wanted to fall out. Oh boy, it's always something. Always something. That's right, rooted in legacy, healing, and fierce clarity. See, some cycles don't break quietly. No, they don't. Because a lot of stuff is rooted and grounded in non-truth, rooted and grounded, embedded within the mindset for how it has been bombarded upon us from birth, as you grow older, steadily pondering and pondering our mind, our hearts, our psyche, our soul, if you will. They shatter with sacred noise. And you have to be bold about it. You have to be bold when you realize and recognize non-truths that has been pushing you along in life. And guess what? Sometimes the Creator uses boldness as the wrecking ball. See, because what we've been told so much about the Creator, once you start doing your homework and doing your research, you realize that some of it is absolutely non-truth. I'm not here to break your bubble or bust your bubble on what you know about the Creator, because not for nothing, you as a person should be in a place where you have a relationship with the God of your understanding, the Yeshua of your understanding, the universe of your understanding, whatever it is that you choose to believe in. You should have at some point in your life, in my opinion, pulled away from religion, or when you realize religion is not what the Creator came to this earth to give us, you should, for your own self, do your research and do your homework. But we quick to believe whatever is put in front of us. in whatever's told to us. And that's okay. But at some point, when truth knocks here at your door, you should be willing and not cognitive dissonance where you so stuck in what you believe the truth to be when it absolutely is not. Okay? So welcome. Welcome to Let's Talk with Jazzy Wanda, where legacy speaks, healing echoes, and truth refuses to whisper. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about inherited patterns. Oh boy. Oh boy, we can talk about inherited patterns. I know I can. I know that there's things that I still do to this day that I inherited from my family members when it comes down to cooking, when it comes down to holidays, when it comes down to celebrations. Okay, some things that were inherited that were curses. You know, I had to ask myself as I was preparing for this, because a lot of people may know, may not know, it is what it is. It's a testimony to who I am, and you know what life had to position me. Is that my dad had a glass eye. Now, you don't inherit accidents. Think about generational curses, though. My dad had a glass eye. What's the fat chance that his daughter would come along as a teenager and something would happen to her to put her in the same predicament that her dad was in? Okay? And cause her for the same thing to happen to her as a teenager. And I said to myself, I can argue all day long with somebody. Oh, you didn't inherit that. In my opinion, I absolutely did. Whether it was a spirit, whatever it was, I inherited it. Because guess what? I wound up with a glass eye just like my dad did. Spiritual, whatever you want to call it. But inherited patterns, holy rebellion. We inherit more than eye color and last names. I inherited. And you know, I laugh because it's what I believe. And a lot of people don't believe that I could have inherited that accident, but it is what it is. And I wind up like my daddy, okay, for whatever it's worth. But we do inherit a lot more than eye color and last name. We inherit behaviors and conditions that we can shake and that we can disrupt when we come into full knowledge of it. Just because my grandmother or my grandfather, not that they did, had, this is just me using it for an example, sugar diabetes or high blood pressure, don't mean that I got to take it on. Liver condition. Okay, my grandmother died from a liver condition. My father died from a liver condition. So guess what? That generational curse breaks with me. I'm not fixing to allow myself to inherit that. So whatever it takes for me to do what I need to do, that's what I call sacred disruption. Whatever it takes for me to do what I need to do so that my liver is good for me in my lifetime, I'm going to do it. So if it means no drinking, then guess what? No drinking. Okay. If it means eating right, I'm going to eat right. If it means tending to it, making sure my liver levels or what have you, detoxing, whatever I need to do, because I disrupt that curse, that inheritance of some liver situation. And you know what I do? I warn those that come behind me, because things can skip generations. It may not attack me, but it can attack my loved ones. And I warn them and I prep them. Because if I'm breaking it with me, I expect that brokenness of that generational curse to be broken down the line. But see, we too often believe, and it's okay, in these supernatural powers that do exist in the mindset of believing in that supernatural power. But guess what? If you don't do what you need to do to keep that thing off of you and away from you, you can invite it on back in. Curses can be broken, but if you don't do what you need to do to keep that curse at bay, then what's the purpose? We inherit silence, meaning don't talk about it. Oh no, we got to keep that in the family. Uncle Joe's touching his niece, and grandpa's touching his granddaughter, and Aunt Sally is touching her nephew. No, but we can't tell nobody that. That's the great family secret, which is scarcity, which is a lie straight from the pit of negativeness. Absolutely. We inherit shame, cycles that wrap around our spirit like chains, dressed as tradition. Woo! Don't let me start talking about no tradition. Okay? We so caught up in traditions too. It is woo! It's a shame. It's certainly a shame. It's a tradition that benefits what? For the purpose of doing it just to do it. Okay? If there's no elevating benefit out of it, what is the purpose of all of these traditions? Okay? And I'm going to step over in the religious world. I remember, couldn't wait for the first Sunday to put on white. What's the purpose? What actually is the benefit or the purpose to put on white? To go drink some fake wine and a cracker, supposedly representing, come on now, these are all traditions that, in my opinion, was put in a book to control us. Control us, like, what's the purpose? Either he's with you or he's not. None of those things make for a sacred relationship, in my opinion, with your relationship with the God you choose to serve. It's tradition and rituals that we don't understand why. In my opinion, there's no real healing in the body because of some of the traditions and rituals that we play with. Almost, if for no thought, black magic, if you will. And people are sick as heck, still showing up at these places every Sunday. There's no power. Whew, I knew this was going to get super real for me because I've seen it, I've watched it, I've been mixed up in it for over 30 something years. But we as people have to wake out of our sleep and out of our slumber. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. Sacred disruption. That's right. Breaking cycles with boldness. You can't be scared. You have to stand up to the foolishness and the lies that just been pushing along a narrative that, let me say this. Now, the narrative, as long as you believe in it and function as it wants you to and follows the rules like it needs you to, then it will work. Because things only work if you believe in it, in my opinion. You know, you don't get results because you don't believe. But even in some of the narratives of the foolishness, you believe it. I told you, it's like black magic, and things happen because you believing. Your mind is the most powerful within you, about you. Let's throw the Holy Spirit in there, if you will, and not to knock it. Okay, if that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. But even in believing that the Holy Spirit is within you, if your mind, the Holy Spirit tells you to do one thing and your mind tells you to do another, you're going to do what has more power. And 9 out of 10 times, it is the mind. But see, we're not taught none of these things. We got sermons taken out of books, okay, out of a book with a twist of somebody else's thoughts and beliefs strode upon us for us to live a certain way. I got to get away from this. Oh my, me, oh my, oh my. But what happens when your voice says no more? What happens when you start, if you will, because they want to call all of these agendas woke agendas. They all are not woke agendas. Okay? It's merely truth just coming to the surface about a lot of things. It is merely nothing but truth. Okay? But you know what? The machine, whatever the machine is, would rather see you sleep. Would rather see us stay asleep. And see, it's not about waking anybody up, because that's something that has to happen within each individual at their own time and in their own pace. Just like you took on that stuff and you learned it and you believed it and you start moving it, is the same way you got to start deprogramming yourself when you start realizing truth and getting it off of you. But you come to a place, sacred disruption, breaking cycles with boldness, when you're not afraid and you have to stand up to it and say, nah, this is not, for me. And whatever that situation, whatever that circumstance is, whatever that entity is, this is not for me. I never understood, for me, back on the school thing, why school was such a hard whatever for me, because I wasn't designed to sit nowhere for no 8 hours, to follow no set of rules, okay, and to learn things that don't even use in this day and time, okay? But that was me. Some people are made for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And some people are not. And for me, that's the problem with education. You have different levels of children that some kids just can't sit all day long. You have to teach them in a way that adapts to the makeup of who they are. But no, we want to throw everybody into the bowl, into this one pot, and expect them to adapt when their makeup is not about adapting. Yeah, this is getting real good. This is getting super good. Super, super, super good. And so therefore, you have children that learn different. They don't learn by listening to you stand up at the front of the classroom throwing things at them, saying things at them, writing things on the board. They might be hands-on type children. You know, they might be a kid that after 30, 40 minutes, he might need to get up for a minute. But then we start documenting and labeling and having them tested and all of this because they not like the norm that we want to make the norm. So for me, in this day and time, in this, oh my God, dispensation of time, if you can homeschool your kid, you should homeschool them because you can teach them what you need them to know. Then you can understand their learning abilities. Take them out for a year and see what their learning ability, what their skills really are. And once you learn, then if you feel like you need to send them back, then you send them back. But you know what your child is really capable of. Then somebody else, oh boy, throwing labels and tests. Every test is not designed for the same person. Different children learn different. I don't know how I got stuck here, but it's so important. And if you're in Florida and you know anything about desiring to homeschool your children, Step Up for Students gives you that opportunity on a large scale, and it's funded. And our government, Tallahassee government, I believe is DeSantis is clearly behind it, because you have a right for your child to learn as you would have them to learn so that they can be a productive, successful citizen in life. But we get to a point where we have to say no more is no more. You know, and as much as the book is the book, and you know, we want it to be the sacred book. In my opinion, any book is sacred if it gives me knowledge to better myself. If it gives me knowledge to equip myself to the next level of life and elevation that I'm trying to get to. But for the sake of it, there is a scripture that says, do not conform to the patterns of this world. And you know what for me it should read? Do not conform to these religious rituals and traditions of this world, because that's absolutely what they are. So I invite you as a listener, what's one cycle you've been told to carry, but your spirit refuses to hold? Think about it, you know? So let's expound on boldness, being bold and not being afraid to speak up and shut down and stop some of the foolishness that is put upon us. It ain't recklessness. It's righteousness. Boldness isn't about being loud. No, it's about being clear. It's about standing your ground and making your point in what you believe and what you believe works for you. It's not rebellion. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's clarity. It's holy clarity, if you will. It's spiritual strategy. We as a people of a nation that is so upside down, we so caught up in, oh, the devil and the devil and the devil and the devil. Like, really? Okay. It's what this world has to offer and what it is doing. Okay? You got positive and you got negative. Okay? They push in front of you so much negative that that's the energy that people take on. And so they move in it. I do not allow, I'm in a place in my life where I recognize it for what it's worth. And so I do not allow those energies that they put across the TV airways. You even got to be careful of these cell phones. Okay, because every time you scroll, they got some negative bull crap going on here. And you know what I do? I click on it, not interested, not interested. Don't show me all of that. I don't need to know none of that foolishness. Okay? Because if you believe in who you are, and whatever the sacred relationship is in, the higher source, the creator, whatever it is, for me, I learned that it's not outside of me. Okay, that's one of the disruptions, sacred disruptions for me. It's within me. Okay, I was created in the likeness and the image. If I want to go with that scenario, okay, that power was with me. I am responsible for me. I am responsible for the connection that I have with the source that I believe that's greater than myself, within myself, to do what I need to do in a positive manner for myself, not waiting for somebody to come along and do it for me. If you pay attention to that book we so all believe in, it said he rested on the seventh day. He was done with it. Okay? He gave us all the tools and the power that we need. It's within us. Okay? But we so quick to, oh, I'm waiting on God. Well, guess what? He waiting on you, or she waiting on you. Oh, God this and God that. No, it's you. It's within inside of you. That great power from the creator is within inside of you if you say you believe. Spiritual strategy. Oh my God, there's so many myths that we've been taught. Boldness isn't being disrespectful. It's divine disruption. There's no doubt about I am where I'm at. After being dragged by a train, hit by a tractor trailer truck, hair caught on fire at this age, lost my eye, all kind of traumas to my body. Okay? I'm not sitting somewhere stuck on no kind of chemical. I'm not sitting somewhere depressed. Have I been there? Absolutely. But as life journeys along for me, okay, it's my responsibility to do what I need to do to better myself, to come up out of some of the traumas and the and begin to allow myself to heal in a way instead of waiting for somebody to come along and heal me. No, I got to change my eating habits. I just recently, with all the pain and trauma in my body, I'm probably in a month in, started working out. I want to be here. You're not going to be here and live longevity if you go along with the narrative of you got to accept high blood pressure. And I'm not telling nobody to stop medication or none of that stuff, but all of that is another bunch of hoax that is killing people. We have to learn and do what we need to do for ourselves. And allegedly, if you will, to not knock the pharmaceutical dynasty of making people's pockets fat, that's on that spectrum of receiving the funds from it. But we believe anything they say and anything they tell us without doing the research. Or even this part, not being lazy about ourselves, within ourselves, for ourselves. My mind told me that I could not exercise because of the sciatica, the what else I got going on? The torn rotator cuff, uh the depleted disc. If you saw my MRIs, if you saw all of the traumas that I have been through, it's no way that I sit and that I'm able to move about, but for the fact that I believe what I believe about myself within myself, to do what I need to do to better myself. Do I wake up in pain? Absolutely do. But I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to lay there and whine about it. I'm going to get up and do what I need to do to get that blood moving. Okay, the little stretch, a little exercise, whatever. I may not can do what they do in the gym, but I can do enough to help move along the healing of my body. But my mind would told me, oh no, you can't do none of that. Oh, and I believed it for such a long time, until I start doing research and realizing that my heart needs some pumping to go along with it. Even a little walk. Oh, I can't walk. I can't walk down that block. I can't do this. No, you can do anything you put your heart and your mind to. You either want to stay down or you want to do what you need to do to elevate yourself up in healing. And it's on you. It ain't on God outside in the sky nowhere, because he's not outside in the sky nowhere. If we could just get that notion, okay? I ain't even gonna go there. You know, okay, for the sake of it. There's tools of righteous boldness. There absolutely is. There's tools of righteous boldness for spirituality, for healing, for cleansing the mind. There's several things that we can do, as a tool for righteous boldness. Prayer, communicating with the Creator within yourself. As somebody said, I talk to myself. I said, I do too. And guess what? I answer myself, because the answer lies within, if I'm aligned in a right way to get the answer that I'm looking for. Fasting, if you will, turning down, sugar, salt, things that infiltrate your mechanism of your being, your liver, your stomach, your intestines, if you will. It needs a break. It needs a break too from the harmful things that we put in it, because we know, not to get off on this tangent, that for years and years and years, okay, and I'm with the Robert Kennedy guy. I'm with him on exposing, because a lot of countries don't have half the crap that we have. I'm with him on exposing some of the foods and some of the chemicals and some of the dyes that's in our food. Okay? But guess what? Once you come into the knowledge that our food has not been the healthiest, it's not on somebody else to do it for you. It's on you to do what you need to do for your household. Okay? When I really found out about these fast food places, let me tell you something. I be craving them like a mug, but I do not go in them anymore. I do not. Okay? Even in the stores, it's things that I used to eat that I do not eat anymore. Man, the advertisement and the packaging on them things be calling you. But you have to discipline. At least I had to discipline myself. Okay? Not to not partake. Okay? It was no wonder I was what they call it, borderline diabetic. What? I bought about 10 packs of M&Ms every week and potato chips and soda. Okay? Didn't drink any water. Ate canned goods. Okay? Processed food. McDonald's, Burger King, and not to knock any of those places. And if I need to throw allegedly in there, I'll throw a legend in there. But we know some of us just don't care. It is what it is. You know what bothers me? And I don't know where I'm going here, but I'm going to go here because it bothers me. And I'm entitled to say what I need to say, okay, whether it's allegedly or not, because I'm not harming anybody. I'm just giving some jewels for people to wake out of their, oh my God, you know, the trance that we've been in. When I see somebody with a belly, okay, that's bloated, like real, you know, so they either got a tumor, allegedly, or they taking some kind of medication that's bloating them, especially that medication that they put a lot of people on the diabetes side, allegedly, okay? Or they call it the beer belly. No, if your stomach is like that, that's an illness. It's something going on. Allegedly, you need to see why, okay? Half the time is what we ingesting, whether it's food, medicine, drinking, that creates that. Okay? And I be like, wow, you know? And then to top it off, we have unhealthy people. I'm at the doctor's office and forgive me if you feel like I'm wrong, but some big out of shape person comes in there telling me about how I should do what I need to do for my health. I think maybe you need to take the advice that you're trying to give me and do it for your health. We have to do better. And I don't know if this is to American citizens, but you live in America and you eating abroad, the food that they have been pushing on us for over the years, if you're not careful, that's where all the sickness is allegedly coming from. So prayer, let me get back on track. And fasting is one. Wise counsel, you know, somebody that's going to be truthful to you about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to feed you no bunch of bullock. They not feeding you nothing just to keep you under their wing, just to keep you putting money in their plate. You know, wise counsel, somebody that's really willing and wanting to help you better yourselves. Spiritual anchoring, doing what you need to do so that your spirit, in my opinion, is on high alert, if you will. Emotional intelligence, not running around here reacting, impulsive acting on situations and circumstances that if you just had the ability to have control in an intelligent way over your emotions, a lot of people, situations and circumstances allegedly would not happen. If relationships, people could emotionally, intelligently, emotionally communicate. maybe they would last. But emotional intelligence, man, you can stop a lot of the negs if you just knew how to control your emotions. See, boldness is the bridge between bondage and breakthrough. And for me, is every bit of breakthrough. I'm on a daily breakthrough. Show me, what is it I need to do? What I need to do different? What I need to stop doing? Okay? Because I'm tired of being in bondage. Okay? And I've been tired some years ago. So that's why the, if you want to call it awakening, if you will, started happening, because I was tired of being tired. Okay? And you know that's the saying that come from addiction. And I mean through the years, from whatever sequence of path of life that I'm in, to overcome whatever it is I need to overcome, happens when you're tired of being in bondage of that situation or that circumstance and you want breakthrough. I think it was 30 rehabs that I was in, and I don't know how many detoxes, but I didn't come to the place of stopping until I was tired, until I understood the power of the God that I said that I was serving outside of me wasn't outside of me, but was inside of me, to help me to control that which did not belong on board or part of my life, to just shut it down. No, I don't believe we need rehabs and all of that stuff allegedly, but guess what? They helped along the way. They helped me understand, helped me open up Pandora's box in my life. They helped me shut some things down. Okay? But it was the Band-Aid. It was the Band-Aid that 30 days in and I come back out and I'm thrown back in the same environment with a few bits of tools. Okay? Sent me to the AA and the NA where the men want to 13 step you. And so then you're not supposed to be in a relationship for 12 or for a year or 18 months. I don't even remember what it is. And you off to the races, having affairs and whatever the case may be. It may have worked for some people, but by gosh, you'd have to follow the rules to the T for it to work for you. If you that kind of person, that's not for everybody. Okay? And I don't knock it. Whatever works for you works for you. If it's AA and NA that you need, it's AA and NA that you need. But by gosh, what happens if NA and AA goes away? You still have to be in control of who you are, what you say you believe in. The power is so within you, within me. So let me give you some disruption strategies. How to break the cycle. We don't just break cycles with emotion. We break them with execution. We do by doing, by being, by believing in that which is going to benefit and better you. So here's this, let's see. Do I got any step-by-step strategies in my head? Okay, for instance, name the cycle. Name what cycle that you're tired of being in. Tired of being broke? Tired of not having? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Set boundaries. Do something about it. If you know that maybe you need a job, then get up, by gosh, apply for some jobs. If you the job type of person. If you feel like you don't have the credentials, by gosh, I don't care how old you are, you can go back to school and get that what you need for their systematic system. You know what I'm talking about, the diploma or the degree. If you're an entrepreneur style person, you know how to make things happen. You can build things, you can make things. By gosh, get up and do it. We like to blame people, for holding ourselves back. No, we like to blame people for being held back, not holding ourselves back, because we are the ones that hold ourselves back. Okay? We are absolutely the ones that hold ourselves back. Nobody holds us back because we don't have to believe in no. I'm not one of the ones that you could just tell me no. Because a lot of these rules and regulations that's put in place is a bunch of bullock, if you ask me. Okay, and if there's a will in the way around it, that's not going to hurt anybody, but it's going to make whatever you need to work for you, then so be it. I'm going after it in that kind of manner. But just don't sit back and don't do nothing. Okay? I feel like back in the day, I was guilty of certain things allowing to hold me back. It was enabling me. Not only was it enabling me to not have to work. Well, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But to be on the chemicals. You know, if you're getting food stamps and you're getting Medicaid, you know, they taking care of you and they paying your rent. What you could go do, frolic your whatever else money you make on. Come on. It's the systematic bullcrap that's been put in front of us. Not all of us, some of us. Not all of us, some of us. And that's not everybody. That's some of us. Because some of us work real hard for hours and still go take it and, you know, on the chemicals or whatever, if you will. It's up to us. It's up to us. Okay? Write it down, man. Whatever's in the way, speak it out loud. And let me tell you about speak out loud. Speak out loud is so powerful that you got to be careful what you speak. It's certain things that I do not allow to be spoken over me or for myself to speak or speak on others. Because, see, I don't know about nobody else, but I know how powerful my words are because I know how powerful I am. And in my believing in how powerful I am, then I'm careful of what I speak at or on somebody. Because trust me, words have more power than we really realize. So it's best if we're going to speak it out loud. Speak it as it already happened in a good way for you. Because every place that I have tread within the last 5 years or better was spoken into existence. I spoke it. I believed it. I did what it took to make it happen. And you too can do the same thing. You know, if the brother could show up in a wheelchair to a job and work, then what is the problem with you to have all the faculties of yourself in your mind that you can't? Allegedly, because you just don't want to. Because everybody got something going on. I don't want to hear it. From the elites to the non-elites, everybody got something going on. It's just a matter of how you've been trained to deal with it. Set boundaries for yourself. Set boundaries for yourself with love, not guilt. Not guilt. Don't allow the guilt game or the guilt trip to come upon you, because what we have been told and what we have been trained to believe, so much so of this negative side of life and this enemy that's supposed to be let loose, it's what we've been trained to believe. You have to deprogram yourself out of all that foolishness. I'm going to tell you right now. Because you have what you believe. You are what you believe. Okay? Do whatever you do for yourself, within yourself, advancing yourself with love, with positiveness, with positive energy, not guilt. Not guilt. You know what? Create new rituals for yourself. Ones that work, not that foolishness, rituals that work. For me, my new ritual is making sure out of the 7 days a week that I spend at least 30 to 35 minutes, maybe even longer, just depends, on exercising. Through the pain. See, because my femur bone was the most recent thing that got ripped out of my leg. And I'm going to tell you something. That joker hurts like a Dickens for certain movement and certain things. But I pushed through. That same leg, the tib fib in a tractor trailer truck accident was cracked and broke, and the ankle was shattered, the whole nine. Okay? But if you see me, you can see a little awkwardness going on with it. That's my new ritual. Another ritual I got is my smoothie. Okay? Organic. Everything organic. It's not more expensive to eat more organic. That's the lie they told us. That's another one of the myths that need to be debunked. That's a lie straight out of the pit that they told us exists. That's definitely a lie. It's not more expensive. It's more healthier. They don't want you to be healthy. They want you to stay sick, allegedly. Oh my. When I found out it's so much cheaper to eat organically, it just blew my mind. So my smoothies in the morning. Okay? And no, I don't go on nobody else's regimen. I created my own regimen. What works for Jazzy? That's what I did. You know? And that's what people have to do. You have to figure out what works for you. My meditation, my prayer, y'all call it worship, whatever you want to call it. My music listening. Okay? When I hit that road, okay, y'all call him the devil, whatever, the world know positive energy just stepped out the door. And when I enter somewhere, they can feel the presence. Because I'm high on it. That's right. You ever go somewhere and they looking, you think they looking at you because something is wrong with you? No, they looking at you because they see the anointing. They see the energy. They see, what's on you. They can feel your presence when you enter that room. I am that I am, a child of the Most High God, and walks with me within me. I create my own rituals that's beneficial and positive for me. Morning affirmations. That's right. I look in the mirror and tell myself what I'm deserving of, how great I am, how great the day is going to be. That's right. I had a point in my life where I journaled. Okay. I'm not journaling right now, but I've journaled. I can pull out some books and I'll go back and look at some of the things that I've said. Okay. It's just sporadic points in life where you do whatever it is that you need to do for yourself. Family prayer. I pray for mine. I pray for mine. I include them in my prayers. You know, they all grown now and pretty much out the house. So, but guess what? I'm quite sure when we come together and we get around, hey, you know, for whatever it's worth, I'm going to touch and agree with them on whatever that is that they got going on or they need. And even while they not around, I'm still, you know, the matriarch of my four. I'm still her. And so I keep them covered in my mind and in my heart. Community. Build community. Well, we all have our own relatives, our own circle of friends. We all have our own community within our own network, if you will. And within that, you have to find the disruptors that will walk with you. Yeah, okay. That will walk with you. Not ones that you have to convert. You no need to convert nobody. It's not even about that. Because see, you encounter people through conversation. You can tell what level of plane they on through conversation. Or whether you can go this way with them, that way with them, that way with them, or they down here so you ain't, you know, through conversation, if you will. So let for the sake of call to action, this week, choose one cycle that is not beneficial to you, hasn't been beneficial, has created havoc in your life, and disrupted boldly, sacredly. You are, I am, we are the sacred disruptors. We really are not born to repeat some of the things that are not beneficial or have not been beneficial to our loved ones that's going on to the next phase in life. We were born to redeem. If that's you, you are a sacred disruptor. If you're tired of the norm, of the foolishness that this world has displayed itself to us, then you can become a cycle breaker. And a cycle breaker within your own network, within your own realms of your house. The legacy architect, if you will. So let me just say this. May your boldness echo through generations. And I know mine's will. If it's meant to, if it's meant for them that comes behind me, it will. And so I say this. Give yourself the courage to confront what's been passed down that is not beneficial, that is harmful. Give yourself clarity to rewrite the script that's going to benefit you and your family. And give yourself the ability to be bold, to be the first, to be the loudest, and to be healed. You have been tuning into Let's Talk with Jazzy Wanda. Well, I just broke it down to you. Sacred disruption. Breaking cycles with boldness. And if it is not about nobody else, it's about you. It's about you doing what you need to do to better yourself, to elevate yourself, to come out of the cycle of the norms of the foolishness that this world has handed us. As you journey along and you learn what's not real and what's not true, don't be afraid of it. Stay tuned and be blessed. Until next time.
Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die.
And remember, you are worthy of infinite abundance. You have a beacon of confidence. You deserve happiness, and everything you desire is flowing to you now.
Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
What you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah. Said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow box. And a Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.